Lesson 4, Course Layout. This activity is designed to help you learn what an AHCCS course looks like and what you should be doing to access and keep up with your work. Please watch the video in its entirety, then follow the directions to answer the questions. For this activity, the desired results are to determine how to find teacher contact information, welcome folder, the current week's work, and the previous week's work on a Schoology course page, to find the gradebook on a Schoology course page, navigate to Blackboard Collaborate on a Schoology course page to attend live class. While you may see some variety among your different course pages, there are some things that you'll find in common on each course page. First, let's talk about one of the most common things and potentially one of the most important things, finding teacher contact information. First, navigate to any course on your Schoology course page. Remember, click the drop-down arrow beside the courses in the dark blue bar at the top of the screen and select the course that you want to look at. Let's take a look at the Pre-Algebra 8 course. Upon clicking on the course, at the top of the course page, you will see your teacher's contact information displayed. Notice it's shown here in the dark green box. I've enlarged it so that it's a little bit easier for you to read. The teacher contact information includes office hours, both days and times, email addresses, phone number or numbers, live class meeting times. Next, let's take a look at your course pages to see what they might look like. Just below your teacher contact information, you can find the Welcome folder, shown here in the blue box. Inside the Welcome folder, you'll find various activities and various resources that are available to you. You'll want to make sure that when you're added to a course, that you explore the Welcome folder so that you can get acquainted with the class and the teacher as well. Below the Welcome folder, you'll find the current week's work, shown here in the blue box. This is the work that is due in the current week. Keep in mind that your assignment types might vary based on what your teacher has posted. You'll want to make sure that you use what you see posted here to determine what you need to get accomplished throughout the week. Make sure that you look at each activity and preview it so that you know what you're going to be asked to do. For example, some activities may take more time than others. You may need to study to prepare for a quiz, or maybe you have a project that only looks like one activity but could take a hefty amount of time to complete. So you want to make sure you have a good handle on what you need to get done and roughly how long you think it's going to take you to get that activity completed. So make sure that you plan ahead and you know what you need to get accomplished. Next, let's look at the previous week's folder. The previous week's folder allows you to view or review any activities that were posted throughout the year. So in the previous week's folder, you can find a folder with all of the previously assigned work in the course. This allows you to go back and reattempt activities within the current quarter if maybe you forgot to complete one or want to redo it for a better grade. You're also able to go back and revisit activities from earlier in the year in case you want to brush up on the topics that you learned about. Next, we'll talk about potentially one of the most important things that you'll use, and probably the most frequently used as well, the gradebook. You can navigate to any of your course pages and look on the left-hand side of the screen below the course picture, where you will see a link to your grades. By clicking on grades, you'll be able to access all of your historical grades, meaning the grades from the previous quarters, as well as your current grade in that course. You can see that the grades is highlighted in the green box on the left-hand side of the screen. Clicking on the grades will bring up your gradebook, shown here as an example. First of all, you can see that it's broken down by different quarters. So this is showing the first, second, and third quarter. Each of these sections can be expanded by clicking on them or clicking on the little arrow directly to the left of it. You can see that each of the quarters are worth 25% of your grade, meaning that each quarter is worth the same. You can also see the grade earned for each quarter. In the first quarter, this student earned a 101%, second quarter, 102%, and so far in the third quarter, the student has an 81%. That's their current grade. Keep in mind that your current quarter grade can change throughout the quarter based on the work that is assigned and graded in your course. So don't get too excited if you see a really high grade. Remember that you can't stop working. You need to make sure that you work right up to the end of the quarter and keep a good eye on your grades. Inside the third quarter folder, we can see the list of assignments posted here. The assignments are the links that are clickable, the lessons, the CYUs, and the different activities. And to the right of that are the grades associated with those. You can see the scores out of how many points the activity was assigned. The last thing is you can see teacher feedback. Keep in mind that teacher feedback could be found in other areas as well. For example, for a quiz type activity with the little green puzzle piece, you may need to click on the activity itself and look for feedback for each question. However, for this activity, CYU1, the teacher gave feedback right in the gradebook. Another very important thing to find on your course page is how to get access to your live class sessions by accessing Blackboard Collaborate. So how do you attend live class? First of all, remember that your live class times can be found both in PowerSchool, but will also be posted in the teacher contact information block on your course page itself, shown here in the yellow box. When it comes time to access live class for all of your courses, you'll navigate to that course, then click on Blackboard Collaborate on the left-hand side, just below where the Grades button was. Once you click on Blackboard Collaborate, you'll click on the Join button to access that live class session, shown in the screenshot shown below. You can see the blue hyperlink that says Join that will allow you to access the live class session. Let's take a moment to make sure that we met our desired results. In this video, we talked about how to find teacher contact information, the welcome folder, the current week's work, and the previous week's work on a Schoology course page. We also discussed how to find the gradebook on a Schoology course page, and how to navigate to Blackboard Collaborate on a Schoology course page so that you can attend live class sessions. Let's take a look at the questions that you need to answer now. If you want to know how to get in touch with your teacher, where on the course page can you find their contact information? If you want to visit an activity from earlier in the year, which folder should you open? What do you click on to get to live class? Why do you think it's important to try to keep up with the suggested due dates on activities? Why do you think it is important to look at all of the activities at the start of each week, rather than waiting until the suggested due date to look at an activity?